This video is going to be about arguing with unclean spirits, because that's essentially what you're doing when someone who has these spirits attached to them decides to argue with you or harass you, or for instance create different YouTube user accounts in order to contact you and just kind of cast doubt into you. These are unclean spirits. Whenever a person is harassing you, and you make it clear to them that you don't want anything to do with them, and they continue to contact you, or you ignore them and they continue to try to make contact with you, that indicates a break from reality, and that indicates that unclean spirits are influencing the person to continue to contact you, because a person who has an independent, a well-adjusted personality and is independent and who follows God, is not going to be lacking. It's not going to have to latch on to someone and continue to bother a person that doesn't want anything to do with them. So you have to understand that unclean spirits want you stressed out, and that they want you paying attention to things that disrupt your connection with God. They want you stressed out, arguing, debating, being made angry. And so whenever a person is doing that, whenever a person is trying to create confusion and telling lies, or getting you to engage in lies, that's an unclean spirit trying to make you unclean. And just realize that in interacting with an unclean spirit, I mean, first of all, you shouldn't listen to anything the unclean spirit says, and you should just not to have any contact with a person who's demonically possessed anyway. But they're trying to dirty you, and you need to understand that if you tell someone about Jesus and they decide that they don't want to follow Jesus, that they want to follow the unclean spirits, you've done your part. Don't allow the unclean spirit to drag you into any kind of delusional, false reality that they've created for you to ensnare you, because you're not going to talk an unclean spirit out of following Satan, and you're not going to talk a person who's infested with these unclean spirits, who in their spare time harass people. You're not going to talk them out of what they're doing. And it's sad because, like I said, no one with an independent personality and with a true connection with God is going to have time to do that. It's a waste of time, harassing people, engaging in lies, intentionally telling lies. That's something that Satan does. That's something that someone who definitely isn't filled with the truth would do. And so just realize that you're talking to unclean spirits when you engage people who have nothing to do with truth and who spend their time trying to harass other people, and that it's in your best interest, after it's been made clear that they have no intention to follow Christ, it's in your best interest to cut off contact with these people, because evil spirits, unclean spirits, only want you stressed out. They only want you unsure of yourself and unsure of your connection with God. So this, everything is love, and treat everyone kindly. Yeah, I mean that benefits these unclean spirits that have no intention of holding up their end of the bargain. They just want to harass. So just realize that if people are picking arguments with you that you don't even know, and they're trying to get you angry, it seems like, then realize they're trying that, Satan's the author of confusion, and he's using these unclean spirits to work within people, to harass you, and to get you angry with no solution in mind. So don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in the snares of engaging unclean spirits.